Then there's the going along to get along, doing things you don't really want to do, but you don't want to rock the boat. That's the essence of being a nice girl. Someone who always puts everyone else's needs before her own, who believes she doesn't have the same rights as the next person, and who will do everything possible to avoid being called the B word, bitch. Unfortunately, too often, doing everything possible to avoid being called names means doing nothing at all. If you've read any of my books, visited my blog, or attended one of my workshops or keynote presentations, you know that I'm big on providing women with the tools needed to achieve their personal, professional, and financial goals. Nice Girls Don't Speak Up or Stand Out is no different. In fact, it was born out of the questions women ask me all the time. Questions like, how can I ask for a raise? How do I handle office gossip? How do I get myself invited to important meetings? How can I put a positive spin on being fired from my last job? How do I deal with a direct report who used to be my peer? How can I showcase my achievements? In short, women want to know how to have their voices heard and their presence felt using tact and diplomacy without losing an ounce of their femininity. Or as Winston Churchill said, how to tell people to go to hell in a way that makes them look forward to the trip. When I'm signing books after I've done a keynote presentation, I often ask people what they are going to do differently as a result of having attended the event. Not surprisingly, it's a tangible tool or tip around communicating with confidence that a woman is most likely to add to her repertoire of skills. Even then, she might add, I just wish I had you on my shoulder whispering in my ear when I want to stand up for myself. Or, I just can't think quickly enough on my feet to say what I'd really like to say. As I tell them, communicating confidently, courageously, and clearly doesn't happen by accident, except for a very few uniquely gifted silver-tongued orators. It takes conscious effort and practice. Powerful communication is an underused muscle for most women. The reasons for this are many, and they include being unsure how the message is going to be received, taking time to choose words that aren't going to offend anyone, in this case usually men, using more words than necessary so that their messages will be softened, not wanting to be accused of bragging, fear of being seen as too emotional, a dearth of female role models, believing they aren't smart enough. The majority of these reasons are the result of a woman's socialization by her family of origin, the educational system, the media, and Madison Avenue. From the use of preambles to unnecessarily long explanations, women unconsciously sabotage their best efforts. As a result, their communications are diluted by behaviors that are antithetical to what they want most: to be heard and respected. Well into adulthood, most women are hampered by childhood messages about the importance of being nice. As I made clear, in Nice Girls Don't Get the Corner Office, nice is necessary for success, but it's not sufficient. Everyone, both men and women, are expected to be nice. In fact, likability is a key factor to success. But if it's the only tool in your kit for influencing others, you won't feel confident or competent to deliver a wide variety of messages communicating how you really feel about something. Fortunately for most men, they don't suffer from the same inhibitors to saying what they think and asking for what they want. It's an interesting contrast that if men don't communicate assertively, they're seen as weak, whereas assertive women are often stereotyped as overly aggressive. It presents quite a challenge for women who want to be heard and known in the workplace. The term the thin pink line was coined by author Kathleen Kelly Reardon. It refers to the narrow tightrope a woman must walk to achieve her professional goals. If you go too far over one side of the line, you're considered too passive, and in that case,